We changed the name, but we didn't change the music.
All right, we're supposed to be like Power and change the music just a little bit. You know, you be like, how you mess up the theme song, right? Right, right. It was like, what? Everybody
We
was
got time. We can
upset.
come up with something different. We can come up with something different.
Right. Hey everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome to the very first episode of the Chicago Home Buyer Show.
Yes.
Woo! Yes. You probably known us before as Water Cooler Wednesday, but we're stepping into a new season with
Yeah.
the new name, new look, and even a clear mission. I hope you guys like it. And so this show is for the buyers who want real information before they make the real decisions.
Yep.
So I'm Dione Branch, realtor, and I help buyers understand the local market, the neighborhoods, contracts, showings, inspections, and what it really takes to compete when you find the right home.
Yes, yes, yes. And I'm Lisa J. White, also known as a House Money Mama, your home loan specialist. So, what I do is I help buyers understand the money side of home ownership, like credit, income, assets, down payment options, loan programs, the interest rates. Everybody else has questions about the interest rates.
All the time.
Cash to close, the closing costs, and then how to prepare before you fall in love with the house. You want to make sure you fall in love with the right house, not just any
Exactly.
house. So
Yes.
tonight's episode, we're calling it the truth about buying a home in today's market. Because let's be honest, buyers are hearing everything right now. Some people are saying, oh, wait for rates to drop. Some people are saying prices are too high. And then some people are saying it is impossible to buy. And then you got some people just scrolling Zillow at midnight, emotionally adopting houses that they have not been approved for.
Exactly. What about this one? What about this one? What about this one?
Right.
Yes. So
Yes.
tonight we're going to cut through the noise,
Yes.
right? Whether you're planning to buy this year or simply just trying to understand what is happening. This episode is designed to help you make decisions with more confidence and less confusion.
Yeah. And remember, this is education. Like, how when you go to college, you got gen ed.
Right.
That's what this is like. Every buyer situation is different. So you do want to talk individually about your specific circumstance before you make any kind of moves or, make decisions based upon just this information alone.
Yeah. But who they want to talk to?
They want to talk to me first.
Exactly. We want to talk to the real estate professionals, the real estate and mortgage professionals before
Yeah,
making a move, right?
that's right.
Not your family, because they have
Right.
a lot of opinions, but they're not
Yes,
always right. So
absolutely. They mean well. God bless their hearts. They really
yes,
do.
they do. Yes, they do. So let's start with the biggest myth I still hear from buyers.
What's that?
Nobody is buying right now.
What?
That is not true. Okay. People are buying. Buyers are still buying. The difference in today's buyers are usually more cautious, more number focused, and more sensitive. Some homes are sitting longer.
Yeah.
Some homes are still getting strong activity,
Yeah.
right? And it depends on the property, the price, the condition, the location, and how realtors, like how realistic the seller is. Like, do they really want to sell their property? And so,
Yeah,
um,
that's true.
right. So a good house that is priced correctly can still move, right? Okay.
Absolutely. We
An
see it.
right. An overpriced house can sit even in a desirable market. Saying yes,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
Buyers have more room to ask questions now than they did during the wild
The
pandemic
Wild
time.
Wild West.
Exactly. Right. The
Yeah.
wild. Right. Yeah. During that time, you couldn't even ask a question. You just had to get your bid in and and try to make sure you're getting the right offer right away. And so now you
Yeah.
can ask some questions. You can find out a little bit more about the house and not be rushed in order to actually place offer. But that
Yes.
depends on if it because if it's priced right, you still could actually have more people looking at it still. But
Yep.
right. So conditions matter more because buyers are already stretched, right?
Yeah, yeah, because everybody don't want to do a fixer upper because the prices are so high.
Hmm.
It's not a lot of room after you
Right.
buy the house, to have to do something to fix it up too.
Yeah, they don't want to do that. Yeah, so
Mhm.
and the best opportunities are not always the cheapest homes. Sometimes the best opportunity is the home other buyers overlooked because it needed some cosmetic work. And I think that is so true. Like there's sometimes
Yeah.
a really nice house that's just sitting on the market and it's sitting there waiting for you. It just needs a little paint and tender touch. Everybody wants something that's, gray and white and newly
Yeah.
rehabbed and so there's definitely other houses out there.
Yep.
Right.
Any other myths?
Yeah. I should wait until the market crashes.
To the market crashes.
Right, right. This sounds good online, but real estate is local, right? Chicago, the suburbs, the Northwest Indiana
Mm-hmm.
do not all move the same, right? So, crashing, I don't think that's happening. So a buyer waiting for a crash may end up watching prices continue to rise, and then just pricing themselves out of a house altogether, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's not going to happen.
And that's definitely a conversation that I've been having over the past couple of years. People, oh, well, prices are going up. They're gonna continue to go up. You want to wait until next year? It's probably gonna be higher next year, and then you'll be saying you should have bought this year.
Right,
And
right.
I think sometimes people think that, as the professionals, that we're saying that because we're eager for a
The
sale.
sale.
That's
You're right.
but
We
that's
want you just want to sell something. You just want to
no.
buy. No,
Mm-mm.
I'm telling you, now is the time because you wait till next year. Next year the prices are going to be even higher. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep,
All
absolutely.
right. So on the mortgage side, what's the biggest myth?
Well, we do have some myths on our side too. The one that I think is funny is that people still think that they need perfect credit and 20% down to buy a house.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
not true.
Not true. Not true.
That's right. Now, don't get me wrong. Stronger credit, lower debt, and money saved, is that going to help you? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that you need to be perfect or, flawless. Conventional loans, I always tell Dion, can be very unforgiving, but FHA got your back.
Yeah.
Is that would be a loan that has options for lower down payments. There are programs that allow to have gift funds. There may be down payment assistance options depending on where you're buying, what your income is, your credit profile, and the different program guidelines and everything. But all of those things considered, there's usually some kind of options, so you don't have to be perfect when it comes to credit, income, assets, and your history and stuff like that. You can have a few blemishes and still be able to buy. And you don't have to clear out your bank account to do it either.
No,
So,
that's good. That's definitely good to hear.
so the
Mm.
real question is not, am I perfect? The real question is, what can I qualify for based upon where I am now, and what do I need to improve? That's probably a
Mhm.
better
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
Um, so
Okay.
now here's another myth. Another one is the interest rate is the only number that matters. Just it's all about the rate. I
No,
don't. No.
everybody worries about the interest rate. That's what everybody's been worried about. But there's a
Yes,
lot of other factors that have definitely come into play.
absolutely. So does the rate matter? Yes, of course it does. That that determines what your monthly payment is going to be, you know. But your monthly payment is not just affected by the interest rate, it's affected by your purchase price. It's
Mm-hmm.
affected by property taxes.
Woo!
Cook County. Yes. It's
Cook
affected
County.
by homeowners insurance, which we've been
Yeah.
seeing steadily rise over the
Rise
past
as
few
well.
years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I didn't realize that homeowners insurance is also, or insurance is also goes off your credit.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes,
I had no clue that they were running your credit. And if you have bad credit, your insurance could be higher.
it's impacted. Absolutely. It's a
Mm,
consumer report, so it isn't like a lender pool. You know, the algorithm that they use and everything is a little different, but bottom
right.
line is that it's still a consumer credit report, and they definitely do look at that and factor that into your premium. So,
Wow.
yep. Another thing is you could have PMI on your loan. That
Hmm.
factors into your monthly payment as well. And HOA, if you know you want to live the life of luxury and not have to cut your own grass,
Yeah.
you pay
Another
for
cost.
that.
It's another fee.
Another fee, exactly. So HOA dues are going to factor into your monthly payment. And then how much of a down payment? You know, are you going in with the least amount of down payment possible? Are you on a USDA or VA loan where there's no down payment? You know, because then obviously that makes the loan amount bigger because you didn't take it
Hmm.
down by putting money down. So that factors in. And then your loan type also will factor in, you know, to what your monthly payment is going to be. Another thing to take into consideration is that, like for your cash to close, and if we're able to buy down the rate, sometimes that happens. We can use seller credits to do that, and
Right.
we call
So
that
that's
discount
good.
point. Yeah.
Right. So we always like to get the seller credits.
Oh yeah. That's and you're good at
Yeah.
that. Getting those credits. So yes, the seller credits are important, and your debt to income ratio is important too because you know, especially depending on how we have to underwrite, whether it's a approve eligible or refer, or you know, it's a manual or automatic or whatever it might be. Those factor into the different ratios and stuff that I have to take into consideration. And just kind of a sidebar, real quick, for down payment assistance, a lot of people don't realize that when you do the down payment assistance, it actually has its own restrictions on your debt to income ratio and things like that. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about what today's market really looks like. What
Yes.
you got?
Wow. A lot everybody that's a really good important question, like today's market. And it's not just like one single market.
Okay.
And I say this often. So that's it's important to know, right? So
Yeah.
it's not just the Chicago market, it's the condo market, it's the single
Mm.
family
Okay.
market, multi-unit market, suburb market, the city market, and the move-in ready market, right?
Right.
Right, the fix-up market and the overpriced listing market. There are so many different worlds, right? It's a
Okay.
different world.
Well, where are we coming from?
Right. So it's a lot of different things that affect the market and what you're looking for, right? And so a lot of times, you always ask the person, like, well, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a single family home? Then I can tell you what it's like for a single family home or a
Yeah.
multi-unit, right?
Okay.
So here's what I want buyers really to understand, right? Some homes are still competitive,
Yeah.
right? So some sellers are more negotiable, right?
Yeah.
Because right now, as of August 17th and I think 2026, right? Like, or 2025, uh, sellers would we used to go in and be like, hey, it's you're as a listing agent, I would say 6%, and then I would take my six or my commission amount or whatever, because we're not supposed to discuss commission amounts, right? But you take my amount and I'll split my amount with the other
Agent. Mm.
agent. Okay. And so there was a big lawsuit, and they just said, oh, the sellers didn't know that they were paying for the buyer's agent. And so now that is actually something that has to be negotiated during the time of making your offer. Right.
Yeah.
So not only are we negotiating seller credits, for to assist you with your down payment or your closing costs and things like that, but we're also
Negotiating that
requesting,
commission for the buyer's
right,
agent.
right, for the
Yeah.
buyer's agent. And so, a lot of times 99% of the sellers have still been like, okay, yeah, no problem, but some are like, well, why do I need to pay the buyer's agent?
Mm.
Hmm. So some are still more negotiable, right? And we
Right.
have to deal with those as they come along, right? So,
Hmm.
some listings need price reductions before they become realistic.
Oh
So
boy.
a lot of sellers are still also into the wild COVID time, the wild
Right.
pandemic.
Do
They're
you
like, well,
remember the time?
right, like why my house can't sell for 200,000
$199,000.
over what my house is
Right.
supposed to really be. Like, no, your house is not really worth that. Oh, so what? I want to sell my house as is, do no work, and actually have somebody come out and buy my property, with no problem. And those so there is some listings need to be realistically priced. And so it's for listing agents like myself to talk to the sellers to try to get them to actually price correctly, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
some buyers are tired, which can create an opportunity for the prepared buyers, right? So
Uh-huh.
there's many times that I might take a person out and see at least 10, 15 homes. And so then they just looking, caught in looking, and
Yeah.
don't actually pull the trigger. So there's a lot of prepared buyers out there. So if you're prepared and ready, you could also give me a call, right? So if you're not ready but want to learn more, still give me a call, right?
That's right.
All
Either
right.
way, give her a call.
Inventory may look better in one area and tight in another area. Right. So we have a lot of up and coming areas, things like that, where the market will be a little different. So those houses will be less days on the market because it's in the new area that everybody wants to be in. So
Yeah.
the inventory could actually be lower. And houses that look expensive online may still sell if the house location, condition, and pricing line up.
Okay.
So the truth is, buyers cannot make smart decisions based off of the headlines.
Yeah.
It's a lot more that goes into it. So you need to know what's happening in the specific area, the price
Hmm.
range, the property types you're targeting, and realtors like myself can help you. So the example is a $275,000 condo in the city is not moving the same way as a 425,000 single family home in the suburbs or a two
Yeah.
flat in investment heavy neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
it
true.
really all depends on the property, and then we as a team work in order to make it happen for you.
Yeah, absolutely. From the financing side, today's market is probably what some would consider a payment awareness market, because obviously we've seen so much of an increase since the pandemic and it hasn't fully cycled, I guess,
Yeah,
because we still keep seeing, increases in different areas, including taxes and insurance and even the prices of the houses themselves. So that means that buyers are not just saying, hey, can I get approved? They're like, let's talk about that monthly payment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because they want
Mhm.
to be sure that their monthly payment is going to be comfortable, and that's something, that they can live with. People are really, it's not like it used to be where people just considered, this is a necessity and I'm going to make this my highest priority. I think our buyers now are really looking at their lifestyle, and they
Yeah.
actually kind of seem to want to make their home around their lifestyle as opposed to doing it the opposite way. So, if I have to pay this $2,700 a month mortgage, am I still going to be able to, to take 2 trips a year to Cancun, or, whatever they're accustomed to doing? You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's a good question though, because you do want to consider things like that. Is this payment going to be comfortable? Because the approval amount and the comfort amount are not always the same.
Right. I think COVID did allow people to think more about the kind of like the quality of life as well, right?
Yeah.
Whereas
Yes.
traveling, doing more things, they want to look at different do more of that rather than just kind of be tied to houses and hopefully in cars. But Lisa,
Right.
one thing I want to mention is we get this a lot with the people that's asking us, like, well, what's the monthly for this? What's the monthly for that? And
Hmm.
so we do have mortgage calculators. So it's best to kind of contact us, and so we can share with you the right calculator to use.
Yeah.
Because the ones on
And
some of
probably
the
give you a
sites,
little bit of a tip on how to use it too, because even when you have a mortgage calculator, it's only as good as the information you put in. So,
right? Exactly, right. So we want to make sure you really understand. Okay, what that monthly is going to be, because they, a lot of times Redfin, things like that, they'll show you what the monthly is without your property tax.
or without PMI.
Right. Right.
Or
So
a lot of them are set to default of 20% down. You don't realize that you're looking at the payment they show you, and that payment is based on you putting 20% down, and you're on
mhm,
the loan where you're only putting 3.5% down. So that's a big difference.
big difference. Yeah.
Yeah. So you want those numbers to match. You want them to make sense. You know what you qualify for, the level of comfort with your payment, and then how much cash that you're going to need to close. You're going to have all those things to make sense. So those three numbers should guide your home search. How I think the customer that we're working right now, I think she's doing a better job of that now. She seems to understand. Hey, if I do a down payment assistance loan, it's going to be this amount. If I don't do it, it's going to be this amount, and
Right. Right.
I need to be prepared with X amount, for closing. So, yeah. So it's not about emotions. It's not pressure. It's not what you call the cousin bought in 2019. It's not the house with the pretty kitchen and the disrespectful property taxes, because today's market is going to reward the buyers who know their numbers before they start touring.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. So.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So let's talk about those. Interest rates, how the interest rates affect the buyer's behavior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We getting in some nitty gritty now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, well, kind of what I've seen is when the rates are higher, buyers may lower their price range,
Yeah.
right? So we've seen some people do that.
Yeah.
We've seen them become selective, more
Mm,
selective in their picking, and we definitely are asking the seller for credits
right.
to.
And the thing about seller credits too, I want to throw this in there real quick. Seller credits can be used to buy down your interest rate. So even
Mhm,
though the rate itself may be higher, maybe we could do something like a 2-1 buy down or something like that. So you get 2% lower for the first year, then 1% lower the second year, and then back to the regular rate the third year. But you get some relief, a little bit of
beef,
a
right.
breeze. Yeah. And
Right,
you
and
can
then
use seller credits.
by then they could possibly, if the interest rate has gone down, then
Yeah.
they can refinance and
Into
get
a
a lower
permanent
rate.
lower rate.
Right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta look in different neighborhoods. You can't,
Mhm,
the one you might want it, you're not able to really afford or meets your budget. So
mhm.
you might have to look a little different areas as well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to consider the homes that need some like light updates.
Yeah, just a
Yeah,
little bit of something. Not
like just a little, like, because I mean, why buy a 30,000 more expensive house when you could actually get a painter that come in and paint your house for $2,000?
yeah.
It's a big difference.
Yep.
It's a big difference. So you kind of gotta change your mindset. Like, oh, this is so pretty. Well, okay, you could do that too. Take more
Right.
time before writing the offer. So yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta really time it correctly, because if there's things that I ask as a realtor to the seller agent, to get information. Do you have other offers? How many
Mm,
people are looking at your property?
yeah.
Those things help me determine, do we have this extra time, right?
Okay.
Especially if it's something that you're interested in. So
Yes.
all of these things are changing the tone of the market, but uh, sellers also need to understand this as well, right? So if the seller is priced like it was in 2021, but the buyer is paying in 2026 interest rate,
Yes.
there's a big disconnect. There's a big disconnect. So,
Huge.
right, right.
Yes.
So that's where the negotiations really matter. And so a smart offer is not always just the price. Sometimes it's about asking for the close, closing cost help.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about inspection terms, right? It could be about timing. It could be about understanding what the seller needs, and structuring the offer in a way to still protect the buyer, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times, like I said, I'll contact the listing agent and have that conversation. Like, well, how can we win this deal? If does your seller need additional time in the house to actually move out? Are they
Mm,
buying another house and it's contingent on them selling this house, and so you need to sell this house quickly? What is the things that the seller needs?
yeah.
So the buyer should
You
not
can
assume
win
every
win.
seller will negotiate, though, right?
Yep. Yep.
Should not assume they have no options, right? So
Right. Yep. So kind of continuing on with that, how interest rates, affecting buyer power. Um, obviously just, the common sense thing is that it affects the monthly payment. So
yeah,
so even though the buyer may qualify, well, but now they may qualify for a different purchase price depending on where the interest rates are. I think you are good about that. That if you notice like a big shift in the market, you'll be like, do such and such still qualify for this? Like we'll
mhm,
have that conversation. So one of the ways to think about it is that obviously when rates go up, the payment's going to go up, but when payment go up, the buying power will go down. It'll
yeah,
yeah, because
yeah,
you can only buy what's less now. So strategy has to come in. You got to look at, like Dion just mentioned, about seller credits. Having the seller pay some of the closing costs. The rate buy downs that I just mentioned. Some some are permanent, some are temporary, but they're all helpful. Paying less we like that. Um, and then another thing to think about too may be like what type of loan we put you into, or paying down some debt ahead of time. Because
yeah,
sometimes, just you have this debt just sitting there. Just pay it off. Just go ahead, just pay it off. So it's no longer something that needs to be considered in your debt to income ratio, and more importantly, in your life. Because you're not paying it. So look for ways to improve your credit so you can get, better pricing, better interest rates. And then obviously look at the taxes. We talk about
mhm,
that a lot before
yeah,
you fall in love with the house. You got to know all of your numbers. So property taxes are a huge impact, especially now over the past couple of years because they've gone up so much. We have definitely seen people get priced out of houses because of property taxes.
all right,
So um I would say don't build your whole plan around the hope that rates will suddenly drop. Don't build your plan around that. Make
Mhm.
sure you're comfortable with what you're going to be paying. Build the plan based on what's true today, and then if rates improve later, which a lot of times they will, it's a big cycle. So they go up, they come down, they go up, they come down. Then at that point, when rates improve and then they're more, um, toward your liking, then you can review and refinance. That's always an option.
Always an option. Hi, Lisa. We come here and we enjoy talking to you all. The 30 minutes goes by so
It go by
quickly.
so fast.
Right. And there's always just so much more that we can talk about. But
Yes.
so we always trying to say something for the next time, right?
Right.
So we just want to say thank you for joining us. We are so excited about the Chicago Home Buyer Show. It's something new for us. We want to be more specific about helping buyers understand the real estate process with more confidence. So,
Absolutely. And, as our title suggested for today, we want to give you the truth about buying. So that's what we were discussing today, the truth about buying in today's market. And every week that we come, we bring you the real, real.
right.
So, yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Um,
So,
you don't have to have everything figured out before you start the conversation, but you do need to get it started. So you come and meet us here, listen in, and then get your individual questions answered because this is where Chicago buyers get the real story before they make the big move.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So, I want to share your contact information.
That's
Hey!
me.
If you need to talk, there's always start with the lender first because she helps you with the pre-approval. So give Lisa a call if you have any questions. She could talk you through it. If you need some credit assistance, we have credit people on our team to help you with
Yeah.
credit as well. And then if you want to talk about real estate and know understand the market, understand, let's make decision on what you're actually looking for. You can always give me a call, and me and my team can help you as well. So
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the inaugural episode for the Chicago Home Buyer Show.
right, thank you.
See you next week.